like it's, well, now you're pushed out. I don't know. Anyway.
There we go. Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. We are the Crafty Toads. I'm Mary Beth.
I'm Helen.
You can find me as MaryBeth494.
And I'm Helen HG69.
That would be on Ravelry and on Instagram. And
we are the owners of Toad Hollow, and you can find us there as Toad Hollow NJ.
yes,
And also the Crafty Toads, certain places.
on YouTube,
Yes.
like here. Also on Ravelry, we have a group page called the Crafty Toads podcast, maybe. But
That we hardly ever go to.
if you look under groups and search Crafty Toads, sooner or later we're going to show up. So we are coming to you from beautiful Long Beach Island, New Jersey. And I have got some hair going on.
We were taking our photo before. Hi from Sweden.
Oh, hi, Sweden.
That's a very long way away.
Um,
But Mary, the camera came on because you have to take your thumbnail picture before it starts, and Mary Beth comes on like, oh, you got a thing going on.
dang. Got some poof.
However, the heat is broken.
It's New
It is
Jersey. I got New Jersey hair.
Absolutely beautiful.
Glorious. Absolutely glorious. We have two dogs, Spike and Drusilla. Hopefully they will not be contributing too much tonight. However, you may hear them every now and then. There are also two cats wandering around, Dudley and Tabitha, and they come and show you their butts every now and then.
They're jerks, and they will.
All right. We are a knitting, crocheting, and...
Oh, Sweden still has the heat. Ugh.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, and now Surrey, England, I assume. And Mary made it on.
Hi, Mary. Okay, anyway, knitting, crocheting,
Knitting, crafty podcast.
quilting, all kinds of crafty goodness.
This is an episode where I just sit here and
We're just going to rename this
But-
the Mary Beth Show because I have lots to talk about.
so Penny says she enjoys our videos very much, and
Oh,
she's a
well, thank
crocheter.
Thank you very
nice.
much.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we have no crochet today.
No,
We have other stuff.
Nothing
But you have something to talk about,
I do because it's wet.
and
You are right, and
it's
it's wet.
gorgeous, so you should show.
My Jason. Hi, Jason. How are you?
Oh, hey, Jason.
This is the anime shawl, and it is done in all its gloriousness. And here, look at my I-cord bind off around the entire shawl.
Look at it over here in the pink. Oh my God.
This bind off, it's an I-cord bind off, which takes a while, but oh my God, it is so beautiful.
Isn't it stunning?
Especially when
It's
I do it in the when you do it in the contrasting color like that. It's just, this shawl was so much fun.
Okay, so show the whole thing so they can see everything.
So up we go.
People are saying things.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't see.
We're playing the dance of the seven veils at the moment, so we
Okay.
can't see what you're saying. But so each section is a different stitch pattern. You've got the bobbles, and Mary's trying to give us an exclamation point. Mosaic, then some drop stitches, which I generally don't like, but I love it with the purple going through.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Some more little mosaic eyelets, and then the wave, and
Okay, so now is this slip stitch? This part here where it's the green and the gold, it's actually
Yeah,
a bluey green
it's
and
all-
gold.
it's,
so slip stitch.
you're slip stitching 2 rows, so
Okay.
pulling it up 2 rows.
And then there's a little bit of lace. And then the waves. Oh,
And I love the waves. I didn't
Really
think
love
that, I
those.
really, when I was knitting them, I'm like, these are not going to be waves. And
you follow the form.
Exactly.
Do what they tell you to do. And,
And then
it's
I'll
amazing how it works out.
And Mary's going to tell her daughter that we're live. And thank you, Jason. I did see that. So this was made with our anemone shawl kits. So it's all the New Jersey beach colors that we did. Hi, Marnie. Thank you. And it's just glorious.
It's so beautiful.
And we have a trunk show on Wednesday, so it is all done just in time to be a sample.
And we are bringing kits to the trunk show.
Right.
We are going to be at Yarnings in Skippack, Pennsylvania. So
If you have nothing to do on Wednesday from 3 to 8 p.m.,
we will be there.
take a road trip.
Yeah.
So, so this is my FO. This is the only thing I really worked on this week.
I started one, and then I stopped it.
But because you went on to something else.
I did go on to
It's not
something
because
else,
you didn't
it's
like
just-
it. But
I started and stopped.
this is my epic FO for the summer.
It is stunning. So
I love
beautiful.
it so much. And it's perfect because it does this beautifully.
Yeah.
So, my little showstopper.
Really stunning. Yeah. Really, really beautiful. Okay.
Well, now casually drape it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Toss it behind you.
There we go.
Okay. Nailed it!
Keeping it real, folks.
All right, let's talk whips. I have been working on
This
a
is the
lot of
stage where
things.
I just shut up.
I've been working on lots and lots and lots of things.
Mary Beth said when we were podcasting, she's like, I've got a lot to say. I'm like, okay. And I come in, I have my one whip.
She has one bag. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things that
However,
I'm working
I
on.
have an epic FO.
Yes. All right, my first thing that I am working on are vintage Airy Light socks. I cast them on quite a while ago. They are by Curious Handmade, Helen Stewart, so they come with the absolutely awesome little set of directions. I did not print out the part that has the picture, so I don't have anything to show what it should be. I'm pretty sure this is in our Poison Pokeweed colorway.
Excuse me. Jane, I will answer your question in just a sec.
Oh, what was it? Go ahead.
No, because it has something to do with your socks.
Okay. All right. This is where I am. I started these a while ago, and then they kind of got put us away because we were moving and everything, and now
Also, I fall in and out of love with socks.
I am working on them again. They are pattern that I have to keep taking out because I don't do terribly well with pattern socks. However, I'm trying. I'm really trying. I am doing them cuffed down, obviously, 2 at a time on a size 2.5 needles. 60.
No, 2, right?
2. All right,
2.
we'll go with 2.
Yeah, we usually use 2.
2s. We'll go with 2s. 64 stitches. I do know that because I've had to count them numerous times. You do something where you do a knit yarn over knit into one stitch so that all of a sudden now you have 80 stitches instead of 64, and then you knit 3 rows and then you bring it down again so that you're getting these little gathers that are like the fairy lights. It's beautiful. I love it.
The color is gorgeous.
It really is. You did a lovely job on this. Really a beautiful job on this. It is taking me quite a while because I am doing it approximately 3 times. So
You're going to have that pattern down by
take
the
it
time
out,
you get to the stocking knit
yeah.
section.
So anyway, these are morning knitting that I do periodically. And this is where I was last time I showed you. So I was just finishing the ribbing. So all of this, all
You
of the
did get a
pattern-
lot done. So.
I did get quite a bit done.
I mean, considering how much else you're working on.
Right. So I like to do it when right after my shower I'll knit a couple of rows, and this is what one of the things I've been working on.
It is one of our colorways, Mary. It's called Poison Pokeweed. We do not have any of it in the
I was
shop
going
right
to say
now.
it is not in rotation right now because that's how old these socks are. That we have already gone way through that
Right.
thing. So that's the first thing. Then the other thing I've been
Wait,
working.
let me answer the question.
Oh, sorry.
Jane, for the I-cord bind off on my shawl, since I'm not giving anything away, it's a free pattern. It's 3 stitches. You knit 2 and then slip knit 1 of the original 3 and the next stitch on the row, and then you put the 3 back on and work your way around.
I think it's a fairly standard I-cord
Yeah,
bind off.
it is. I think it's just a matter of whether you do slip knit or knit 2 together.
Together, yeah.
And it's not hard. It's just there were 813 stitches,
So it's time consuming.
so it took me a couple days.
Yeah.
But I was doing it in the middle of a heat wave.
And the payoff is,
Yeah, no, I would
Exemplary.
never shy away from it. You know, it might cause me pause to see that I have to do an I-cord bind off for 800 stitches, but I would never shy away from it. Like I might do for a picot bind off because I love the way a picot bind off looks, but it's not my style.
right.
So I wouldn't necessarily do it for me. But I love this I-cord bind off that I may just do I-cord bind offs and everything.
Oh, that's it. From now on, just I-cord bandos. That's it.
Sweaters, socks, everything.
Everything
gets
will have
my-
I-cord bandos.
It's like when you get the label maker and everything gets labeled.
Right. The other thing that I've been working on is another pair
One
of
of the other
socks.
things.
One of the other things is another pair of socks that we had picked up this yarn at. God bless you.
Thank you.
was
That was
Drusilla.
all over my leg.
We picked up this yarn at Vogue in January, and I cast them on almost immediately, and then again put them aside. So I have gotten. This is where I was last time I showed. I have done all this, put in 2 garter heels, and am now working my way up the foot. The again 64 inches or 64 stitches, size 2 needles. These are on my Chow Goose that I love.
We have to get a pair with the thinner cord that they did
Oh,
for
yeah.
the socks. So I really want to try those.
Straight stockinette for the foot, and I am doing a 2x2 ribbing going up the leg. I don't know how long my leg is going to be. It's going to be when I get bored, but and then I will cast off. I cannot remember the name of the yarn. Cannot remember it.
Mine's in my room.
I love it. I absolutely adore the colors. I
That's
love the way it's
terrible.
striping. But it is. I'm very sorry. I do not.
Penny says we make her want to go back to knitting. She's a crocheter. Your projects are something. Sorry. Hi from Massachusetts.
Okay. So there. Those are my socks. I love them. I really, really do love them. And these are very, very easy to work on because 2x2. You know? So there's that.
Noah's Arkish.
Yeah. All right. Shall I just keep going?
How many more do you have?
3.
Yeah, keep going. I only have one.
I have car knitting.
ADD.
I had shown a shawl that I was doing. I was doing the
Caravan of Love.
Caravan of Love that I was crocheting. Decided that I really dislike crocheting garments. I like crocheting blankets, but I do not like crocheting garments. So I said I was going to throw that off, and I was going to go on to the knitted pattern. And then I thought, well, Helen's doing the knitted pattern, so I'm going to do, we had just finished giving away the Java Pearls, I think it's Think Pink
Yeah.
book. And I thought, you know, they gave us this book with all these patterns, and they gave it to us. We should do something.
Well, to
from it.
review it, so might
You
as well
know,
do a shawl and
We
then
should do something from it. So I am doing the shawl. I printed out 1 page of the pattern.
I'm doing the shawl. That's what it's called. The shawl. I don't even have good advice that I can go and look at.
I don't know. It's a stripy shawl in the pattern.
This is terrible. Where's your iPad?
I think it's in the kitchen. Okay. You know what? We're gonna put something underneath.
No,
I will look
I
it up.
can't edit this. This is
Not on the thing underneath.
Oh, in the
In the
in the non-existent show notes.
down below in the show notes. I will
Down
make
below
sure.
where you should subscribe, like, and
Yeah, I will make sure that I put it down there because it is by Java Pearls. It's from their Think Pink book. It is a stripy scarf or shawl that really you cannot see in this picture because it's black and white.
and printed on the back of a label.
I'm going to show you my work, okay? Because
Keeping it real, folks.
it's beautiful. Look
It
at
is gorgeous.
this. Look at this. Oh my God, I love this.
I should have dyed up some swatch.
Okay, so this is Vintage Roses, the pinky one. The green is Swudge. I love the way they go together.
Yes, they're gorgeous.
I just really, really love the way they go together. So it's a very, very simple pattern. Is that
David, this is, once he moves in here, he'll handle our pesky details.
Oh, please,
for us.
could you just come take care of that for me, please? Anyway, I love the way the colors look together. I really do. I absolutely. Very simple pattern. You are going one way and you add a stitch, but then take away a stitch on one row, and then on the way back you add a stitch.
Hey.
So you're adding a stitch every 2 rows, and you
Excuse
are
me, in the background is
Tabitha
a jerk
being a
cat.
jerk. You do a certain number of pink, then you do a little green, then you do pink, then you do green, and then you get to here where you do a great big block of pink of green, and now I'm going to start on the pink again and stripe until I do a great big thing of pink. You just keep repeating the thing. Great card knitting, really great
Yeah.
card knitting. So love it. I absolutely love it. However, I am running into something, and it's still happening, so I'm not sure it's what we thought it was. Since I had started this as another shawl, I unwound it so that it was crinkly, you know, kind of like a sock blanket. It gets crinkly when you do it because it had been already knitted. When I carry my color up, I knit the first stitch or the first 2 stitches with both strands, and then continue on with whatever color I'm doing, and then on the way back I know to knit those 2 strands together as one stitch. I mean, that's the way I carry up my yarn. Every row that I start on this side is
really pronounced.
a knit front and back. It's a knit front and back because you're adding a stitch, okay? So that you have that loose piece that is, because you've knit 2 stitches into 1 stitch, and I am doing them on size 8 Dreams. So I'm getting these loops. I don't know if they're going to
They look
come
like
out.
little, you know, the eyelets
Yes.
on the ribbon that you get?
They do. They look kind of like little eyelets. It doesn't really bother me so much. It's just that they're there. But I don't know if it's going to block out because this edge is very tight. What are you doing? Tabitha's arrived. Because not only am I knitting front and back with both yarns, but then whatever yarn I'm not using, I am pulling tight so that it's not just a big gloopy thing hanging out there. So this anyway, this side of it is very tight.
Maybe you just try wrapping it.
I could. It's just
Instead
this
of,
is the way I do it, you know. So, and as I
Sorry
said,
for the moving camera. Our camera grip is
I really
going
don't
for the
mind
artistic
it.
approach.
And it's going to be wrapped around my neck, so nobody's going to see it. Hi. What are you doing?
She hates Mary Beth. She never wants to sit
And
on
now
Mary
she's
Beth's
not.
lap.
She's a jerk. This is my shawl. There you go. Okay.
Maybe you do an iPod border and hide those.
Maybe. Either that, or maybe I just go around and crochet it. You know, just crochet it. It does not matter. I love it. I love it, and what I really, really love is I love the way the colors are playing together. I think they're gorgeous.
Sarah says that Tabitha has now centered us on the screen.
Oh, well, thank you so
See,
much.
she's our camera grip. She's here to help.
So there's that.
All right, I have to get my whip that she threw on the floor.
All right, while you do that, I will talk about project number 4. Project number 4 is not this. Project number 4 is my sweater. I am working on the Jaycee sweater by Isabell Kraemer, the Jaycee sweater.
So pretty.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I have to finish my sweater.
This
I'm not allowed
is
to cast on the sweater.
where I am.
You know, I have really cool yarn to do it.
This is my sweater so far. Top down. Okay, so it's going like this. I have finished the pattern part. So now I am basically in stockinette. I am doing stockinette until I reach, I think, 9.5 inches, and then I think I split for the sleeves. I have to read that part again. But this is our Northern Lights colorway that we did for our Constellation Yarn Club last year. I adore it. Absolutely adore it. I love the way it's coming out. And this is the patterns that you can see it. It's so pretty. Twisted stitches and a little bit of lace and twisting or moving yarn around.
Texture, yeah.
So it's really, really nice.
I swear to God, if it's got Isabell Kraemer's name on it, I want to knit it.
Yes, I'm in. I'm in completely. My mom is doing this also. She's doing it in a very, very pale pink.
We should we'll take a picture
Yeah.
tonight.
When we go up
We're going to see her today, and we'll take a picture of her when she's not looking.
of her sweater.
She doesn't like us taking pictures of her
But
stuff.
it's so pretty. I love it.
Yeah.
So this is when I have gotten to the point where this is fairly mindless knitting, so that it's just there are 3 stitches on the end that you do something with, and then it's straight either knit or purl a back. So very, very good. Okay,
Somebody said it looks like a Monet painting.
Oh,
and Mary,
thank
we
you.
are getting to the advent calendars later.
So thank you very much. Love that. All right, so that is that. Do you want to do one?
I will do my one and only whip. So, we were, that's not the pattern. Excuse me. 1 second.
We'll show you our handy dandy device too.
I need David.
We
Have my
got one
stuff lined up for me.
We got one of these from my mom for Mother's Day to keep track of her pattern and everything. She does not use it.
We're gonna
So then-
steal it tonight.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because then Helen was saying, you know, we really should get one. So we got one for ourselves.
So at TNNA, we had put together, which we haven't gotten up online yet, but they were coming soon to the shop, mitten kits, where we, you get 2 50-gram skeins in different colors with a mini to be able to do color work mittens. And this is one of our suggested patterns. It's the Erica Hooser Peaceable Mitts.
Are you going to do them as mitts or are you going to finish them off as mittens?
No, I'm going to do them as fingerless mitts.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
They may be they turn into a gift. Depends on how well they turn out.
Oh, okay.
We have a sister-in-law who loves elephants.
Oh, nice. Boy, that is
Maybe not.
really
I don't know.
nice.
Anyway,
Depends on whether she pisses us off or not.
possibilities high.
That's terrible. We shouldn't say that.
Anyway.
Should not say that. Go ahead. Anyway.
So, we are learning as we do shows and everything like that. Things sell much better if we have samples. So, the anemone shawl, a lot of people saw the kit laid out and they loved the colors together, but it was, well, do you have a sample that I can see? So that's why I spent all my time trying to get that done so that we will have that as a sample going forward. And now I am doing these mitts because I have the sparrow ones that I did earlier, and now I will have these because those are both patterns that we suggest. So, and this is great for the chart because it's all a chart. So that I can use this for my charting when I'm watching TV. I'm not very far. I have started the left mitt. So I am doing them with a naked skein, and then Time Traveler, which is our gray tonal, and then a baby pink is my band around the cuff.
They're so pretty.
The pink is very, very subtle, but oh my god, it is so pretty and delicate.
Love it.
And then this is the palm, essentially, side. And then, look, I have feet. So I have 2 feet for the elephant. And that's as
Have
far
you
as
thought
we
about
got.
doing them 2 at a time?
I get now with color work.
No.
That's 6 strands, and I'm gonna have to be
No?
not happy. I
You
did think
sure?
about it, and thank you, Mary. Mary would be happy to do some sample knitting.
Oh, okay.
You actually did some sample knitting for us because you sold us lots of mini kits at TNNA.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I know. I have a hard enough time keeping all the strands together.
Okay.
I had never really worked. Sherry said she's never worked on a chart before, until I did this barrel mitts, I was death on chart. They confuse me. I'm just I feel I'm so much better with written instructions, but it just, her mitts, they're charted. That's all you have. And I thought, you're a big girl.
You can do this.
You're a decent knitter. You can figure this out. And now I don't mind the chart as long as I have something that, because I find it very easy to get lost in a chart. But as long as you've got something under the row that you're working on.
Right.
It really makes it so much easier.
Which is where this really comes in, because I remember you were doing it with
washi tape. And that just becomes a pain in the neck to have to lift up and
make sure you put it on the right one again.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is the, did we say what it was?
No.
Okay. It's the Knitter's Pride pattern holder. I think it was $23 on Amazon. But it's just,
it folds open,
Yeah.
and you can use the snap as a brace that goes across so that it will open up and stay
if I can be
open.
a little more awkward at this. So you snap it on the outside, and then you have a nice, I don't want to hold up the pattern too much because it is a paper pattern. So
And it's got a pocket in the back that you can put your paperwork in so that you keep it all together.
And this is a magnetic strip, so that you just move the bar up as to what row you're on. And I'm watching TV, and it just sits on my lap, and it's great.
Yeah.
So
It's a great tool.
yeah. So, that is my one and only whip.
All right, I have one more, and one more that I did. I did my brief interlude into the anemone, and then decided I wasn't going to do it, but I absolutely love the colors, and I didn't want to give up the colors, so I decided to cast on the roulotte shawl. The roulotte shawl is a shawl that Chanel Wu designed for our yarn. She did it in our boho colorway. Roulotte is caravan in French, and we told her we wanted something enormous, 4 skeins, bohemian-like. She came up with something that was absolutely stunning. We have kits for these in all different colors, so I decided that I was going to start knitting one. I figured since she designed it for our yarn, one of us should get it. So this is as far as I have gotten.
You have a thong.
Well, it's not
very-
really. It's a,
very
it's
weird.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not so much a thong as like
Something
a
else.
comma. There you go. Anyway,
Oh, Jenny, our bird feeder is right outside the window here, so they're all chirping away.
you know we're gonna have birds around us somewhere. Anyway, so here we go. This is as far as I've gotten. This is in Fairy Mouse. I am going to be mixing in Eleutheromania, Vagabond, and Orca's Island.
Yeah.
So these are going to be my 4 colors. Actually, here's Fairy Mouse. Those are my 4 colors that I am going to be doing. I love them. They are not going to be as clearly delineated as Chanel's were because
You haven't got as much contrast.
I don't have as much contrast as they did. So
That's helpful. Let me do that.
so it's going to be a little bit different. However, it's going to be a more muted, and it's going to show a different side of how you can do the shawl.
Yeah.
I am so excited about it. I love knitting it so far. It's been fantastic. I really am enjoying it. It's not.
You have 5 other distractions.
Well, yeah, no, it's true. I have other things that I am working on. However, it's a lovely, lovely knit. And look at that. That's
I
Fairy
love
Mouse.
Fairy Mouse.
I just really love it. So, this is what I have been working on. This is my last whip. But I'm really
Knitting
excited
whip.
about it. My last whip, knitting whip, yeah. I'm very, very excited about it.
On the subject of roulotte shawls, for those of you who did the first order, they will be going out tomorrow and Wednesday.
Yep, because they are dyed and drying.
Yes.
We had to get through some humidity that was making it a little bit difficult oh my God, birds are just like dive
Yeah.
bombing outside the window. Made it a little bit difficult for drying, but they are dried almost, and they will be going
We
out.
found a good drying space in the house.
Yeah.
There's a boiler, hot water heater room.
And right outside it, lots of warm air coming through.
Extremely hot, but
But
it's dry
dry.
heat, and it dries the yarn pretty quickly.
Yeah, so
So-
there is that. So those are going out. And yarn of the month, July's yarn will be going out at the end of the week.
So
Beginning of next week.
If you guys want to join in, we're doing a Norman Rockwell painting as our inspiration. You have like 24, 48 hours to get your order in. PayPal, take me away. Okay.
Just come in and order, Mary.
Okay.
You know where to go.
So I'll be dyeing them at the end of the week.
Yeah.
So I can still add some if you want to put your order in.
They're going to be so pretty.
Yeah.
Really pretty. All right. Okay, so should we talk about our other thing that we're working on? Because... Okay, no, go ahead. Finish up. Done.
Do we want to do the advent and stuff? Or just
Yeah.
go ahead? Okay. We have had several questions about our advent calendar for this year, whether we're doing it, when will it go on sale. Yes, we are. It has been in our shop for a couple months now. And as of yet, we don't have necessarily a strict deadline.
We had said that at the end of June was going to be the deadline, but then it,
We thought things were going to run differently.
we changed our minds.
Yeah.
So, we have, okay. You get 24 20-gram mini skeins that will be wrapped, individually wrapped, that you can use in any way you would like. They will be presented in something holiday-ish so that you can unpack them, one for every day, and there will be one full 100-gram skein of yarn. Sorry, I'm losing one full skein of yarn, 100 grams, also as part of the kit. There is the option to get a bag to go with it if you like, so that if you would like to get a bag to put everything in as you're working on it, that is also a possibility. And then we also have the 12 days of Christmas, so if you do decide that you do not want to do all 24, but you would like to do just 12, that is an option as well.
So if you go to our shop, toadhollowandj.com,
And search Advent Calendar.
you can either search Advent Calendar or go to the section for yarn kits and clubs, and it's in there because there aren't a lot to search through for that.
So that is, let's see, I think it is $175 for 24 mini skeins and a full skein of yarn, $200 for the yarn and the bag, and I believe it is $75 for the 12 days of Christmas and maybe $100 for the 12 days of Christmas and $125 for the bag, the yarn and the bag.
I think it's 75.
You think it's 75? Okay. But the 12 days of Christmas, I don't think you get the full skein.
No, you don't.
It's just 12 mini skeins, and then, all right, so 75 for 12 mini skeins, 100 if you get the 12 mini skeins and the bag. Right?
So anyway,
It's all on the site.
Advent calendars, yes, we're doing them. They are available now. We do not sell out, so
Please go
shop.
order.
And-
We have not started dyeing them yet, however, that will be coming fairly soon.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
once we start getting to the point where we're ordering the quantities and everything, then we'll say, okay, you've got a week left.
Right.
Buy them now. So
Mary, who was just asking us about them, or saying that she'd be happy to knit us a sample, did the Land of Sweets cowl with hers last year, and she had enough to do 2, so she sent us one. And Mary, we took it to TNNA with us and sold lots and lots of mini kits because
People loved
everybody was really intrigued by it. So thank you so very much for that. That was really a good for us.
And one of the questions I did see go by, I think it was Jane, asked if we crochet. We do crochet a little bit. I have crocheted a shawl before, the Lost in Time shawl. We mostly crochet blankets.
Yes. I have 3 of them started right now.
I've tried crocheting other shawls. I like working in fingering weight, and except for the Lost in Time one, the other shawls that I've tried, I get bored.
Yeah.
Sorry. I will always fall back. I learned to knit first, and I will always fall back to knitting. But I love crocheting blankets.
Oh yeah, so
I have, I believe, 3 started.
I have 3.
Yeah, I think I have 3 that are.
All cotton.
No, I have one's my scrappy, and then I have 2 cottons.
However, Meanwhile at the Castle, which is a podcast, 2 sisters from Utah, Emily showed her blanket that she's doing, and now I just want to do a granny stripe blanket because I just love hers.
Oh, hers is so cool.
She's so happy
she's
with
so
it.
happy with it, and I'm like, that's it. I have my scrappy blanket is probably a lap blanket size now, but I'm doing the great big granny square, just going around and around and around. That's it. I'm ripping it out.
But it's not only that, because yours is scrappy so that you are, when you finish, you add on new yarn and you just keep going. Hers are a definite chunk. I think she's doing 2 back and forth twice in each color.
And she's using a much bigger hook than I am.
But she's doing a very specific thing where the colors are really popping out. Yours are very muted into each other because it's a little bit of this and a little bit of this.
And you're right, she's picking colors with intention.
Yes.
She's just like her favorite colors.
Right.
So.
And it is awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. So the latest episode of Meanwhile at the Castle, if you see that, you will see it. It's just an amazing one.
Yeah.
And now I want to do that because why not, you know?
Got nothing better to do with my time.
Right. I have nothing else for the time. I don't have
watching
any more
it when
things.
it was 150. Oh my God, it was so hot last week. And it wasn't so much hot. It was so humid last week.
And you were dyeing yarn.
And I was dyeing yarn. And I'm like, I'm going to make a blanket.
Right. Because that makes all the sense in the world.
Right. Because, you know, I don't mind touching yarn today.
Can you imagine doing it in like red or in like blue and white stripes? Like a nautical looking. Oh my God, that would be so pretty.
Can you do like greens and blues? So you get the whole.
Anyway, we digress.
Blanket
Stay focused.
kits coming soon.
All right. Shall we go on to quilting?
We will go on to quilting.
We will go on to quilting because you know what? We don't have enough going on. We decided to join a quilting thing.
Because we are so good at challenges, especially 100-day ones. We stick to these things like glue.
Rocket. We are rock stars.
Day 1.
Done.
Day 2. Fell off the wagon. However, we're going to catch up today.
Because it's only
day 3. I have time to catch up.
All right, so Gnome Angel
and
on
Cheryl,
Instagram.
I love yours, by the way, because I know Cheryl's on and she's doing it.
Cheryl, I have to go and find yours now.
She's got some beautiful ones.
Oh man, now I have to go find yours. Okay, so Gnome Angel is on Instagram and she is doing 100 blocks in 100 days. You are using the 100 modern quilt blocks by Tula Pink.
Look at you reading backwards.
Yeah, I have many talents. You really. It's a Tula Pink City Sampler. You have to follow these. So day 1 has to be day 1 from this book. Day 2 has to be day 2 from this book. That is the way they're doing it. She has got prizes coming out her ears. I mean, Free Spirit Fabric has donated stuff. All sorts of fabric shops have donated prizes. I mean, this is like a worldwide quilt-along that is going on. And if you do it and post in your time zone, each block in the right day, you are entered to win some amazing prizes.
Day 2, we fell out of the prize run.
However, we knew we weren't going to win anyway, so it's fine. I am doing this for me. I am doing this to get better at my seaming, at my 1/4 inch seams. I am doing this to get better at my ironing, and I'm doing this to get better at my piecing.
And picking fabrics.
Yes.
Because we're using our scraps and picking fabrics. And what's so fun about this is you go on Instagram and you follow the hashtag. And you, like, my first block, I just love it so much. And then I saw other people's who have been doing this a lot longer than I have and are much better at this. And oh my God, I'm so defeated.
Oh, but there's one lady.
Oh my God, the fussy cutting that they're doing.
Okay,
oh my God,
so
they're so
this
fantastic.
This is block number 1. Okay, that's block number 1, day 1, right there.
And actually, you know, we should talk about this because when we got the book, we were so excited to get the book. And we ordered the book, it came, and we opened it up, and I really didn't like them at all.
I hate these colors.
because I hated the colors they chose.
However.
And we said, no, wait, once we pick our colors, then we'll love them, because I hate this number one.
Right.
Should we show?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold them up together.
Oh, all right. Well, you've got mine.
I do
Oh,
not.
Okay, so ready? 1, 2, 3. Here you go. Ta-da!
I see, now all of a sudden that block I love.
Right.
But
really
then
like
I
mine.
see other people fussing theirs, and I'm like, oh, I should.
Okay, so there is one lady. She has got a fabric that has swimmers on it, okay? She has one swimmer coming down like this, one coming in like this, one coming up like this, and one coming across like this, and they look like they are synchronized swimmers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another one, she took the tails. There's a tulip pink fabric that's the cats.
Yeah?
Oh, we're about to lose the battery. Okay.
Oh, okay.
We may have to go get
A charger?
A charger.
I'll run get a charger because I have to get the knit crate. Anything.
but she took the tails of the cat. So she cut it was just the tail here, and it's a fuzzy stripy tail. So it's a tail here, a tail here, a tail, and a tail, so that it looks like a swirl.
Oh
You
my
would,
God.
unless you know the tulip pink fabric, you're not going to know that they're cattails that she did it, but it's just,
They're stunning.
I mean,
Absolutely stunning. I'm gonna go get a charger.
I went and found scraps and said, oh, okay, these colors look pretty together. Let me cut the strips the right size, and I'll get it. I didn't even think about placement or anything like that. So this is one of the things we're learning from doing this is I'm going to be more intentional in my cutting. So when I cut for 2 and 3, I'll make sure that, you know, the lady's centered or whatever I use. So, but this is Mary Beth. Oh, look, something else we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm not good on my own. Quick, I'm lost. I don't know what to say. Oh.
This plug is like next to impossible.
Here, it's on this side.
Okay, here you go.
Sorry, guys. We don't want to lose you.
Did that go on?
I think so. The only way to find out is if I Oh, somebody wants me to sing. No, you really don't. really don't.
I tell her that all the time when we're driving. I'm like, if I'm driving and I'm getting dozy, I'm like, sing to me. She'll look at me like I'm insane. Anyway, what I am doing, because I was looking at some of the fabrics that people were choosing and everything, and I was getting a little defeated, and then I said, you know what, I'm going to do what works right for me. So I am picking one main fabric, and then I am picking colors, muted colors, or not busy colors that will work with my main color. So I have already picked out day 2 and day 3, and I've got them ready to go. But that's how I am doing this, how I'm attacking this, is I'm picking the main thing and then finding, because this is the outside of one of our bags, and these are all different fabrics that we've used, as insides. So we've got tons of little bits and pieces like that.
It's going to be like the scrappy blankets that people use. Except in fabric, because we're going to be able to say, you know, these are my inside fabrics, and this was the Paris ladies.
Right. And what I'm going to do is, I think when it comes time to it, I'm going to put something in between the blocks. I think that's the way they do it.
Definitely, yeah.
You do a strip of white in between the blocks. But yeah, so day 1 is done.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm going to put white because I'm trying not to pick white as my cord.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
I know, it's like attacking us, because I was just hiccuping too. It's like in the air. Okay, so I'm going to have to make sure that I don't do anything.
I'll go back and read, Sarah, that was very long and it goes away very quickly for us, but I will go back and read it because I think you're encouraging us to keep going.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. And we will be keeping up with this. We did try and do something on IGTV where, you know, that worked out really well. We filmed the whole thing. I finally got Helen on board with it. Did it. It was outside, the sun was just coming over, so we got in just in time, managed to do it with no dogs barking or anything like that. And then we went to upload it, and obviously we held the phone wrong, because...
If you want to do IGTV, just FYI, You have to have your phone in portrait mode, not landscape, because if you have landscape, it's just going to give this section right here in between us.
All
So
you
you
saw
saw
were
was
our
our
shoulders.
shoulders.
I
You
was
could
wearing
hear
a
us,
very nice blouse.
But all you saw were our
All you saw was
shoulders
our shoulder.
and the fir tree buns. So
Oh, that's just a
Yeah.
nailed it moment.
it was a good day.
So, we were talking about possibly doing IGTV and doing little snippets each day, and part of what we would do would be to show our blocks.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll actually stay on track and do them. So,
We will, because I really enjoyed doing the one,
I
and I
did.
loved picking the fabrics, and yesterday just got away from us.
yeah. But I mean, here, I'll show you. See, this is the back. This is one of the things I'm going to be working on is ironing, because I have seams going all which ways. I know, look at how nicely Helen's are. That's one of the things I'm working on.
What I have to work on is my center, because my four corners here should center, and they don't. But you can't tell, only I can tell,
I think mine do. No, they
No.
don't.
because I looked at yours.
Okay. No, they don't.
Because I'm competitive, and I wanted to make sure you didn't nail it the first time.
Okay. All right, so this is my top then, and this is my bottom, because these two line up and these two line up, but these two
Yeah,
do not.
that's
So
in the center.
I have to. I didn't even think about that, but that's.
Neither did I until I saw I saw somebody else's, and I'm like,
Oh,
look at
yeah.
that.
So line them
So
up.
again,
Don't line up
it's-
the edges, line up the centers. Yes, that's something that we really. Okay.
Yes. Mary wants to know, do we have a book club in the future? Yes. Mary Beth and I, we are, what's the word I'm looking for? Coordinating with Jake and Ray from the Dog Star Makes podcast. And we are going to do a co-book club. And Jake is all ready. He has dyed his yarn. Mary Beth and I are slackers and are holding the process up. However, if you would like to start reading, we are doing the Night Circus.
However, I think Mary already read it. Pretty sure Mary read it.
Okay.
So we are going to do the Night Circus, and we
We are-
each are dyeing yarn.
Yeah, so it's it's an interesting
Experiment.
experiment, because each of us read the book, and then we are each separately going to dye a skein of yarn that we
I've
think
changed mine, by the way. I'm not doing what I was going to do.
okay that we think is an inspiration from the book, and that'll be it.
Yep.
And it will not be red, black, and white yarn.
Although,
So if you've read the book, that would be the assumption, but it's not going to be red, black, and white yarn.
okay.
We already have the red, black, and white in our shop.
Yeah. So, all right. Let me just check and see what else we're supposed to be doing. I have notes. I'm dropping things. Oh, that.
It's not your drink or anything.
No, it's not my drink. All right. Get notes.
Oh, Nick, right?
Yes, I know that. So we announced the winner of the Roulade Shawl giveaway. We did that on Instagram, and that is going out. Chanel.
Both people have gotten in touch with us.
Yeah,
so.
Chanel is going to be doing hers, and she's doing that. We did that. Okay.
For everybody who is saying it's a great book, I concur. It is possibly my favorite book of all time. I have read it several times. We just finished listening to the audiobook. So that if you have read the book and you have not done the audiobook and you would like a different take on it, I thought I could practically quote every part of the book, and they're listening to the audio, you get the different inflections. It was just a whole different experience, and an
was
awesome
wonderful.
experience. And
Yeah.
I cannot say enough about that book.
Okay. Moving on, shall we?
Do we have the code for them?
Is it in here?
Sorry. If David were here, we would be ready.
We'll put it underneath. We got in touch. Somebody got in touch with us from Nick Crate and asked us if we would like to review their boxes, and we said yes. Of course, we would love to review your boxes because you're sending me yarn.
On a monthly basis.
Not thinking I'm leaving for TNNA in a week, and I have all the stress and preparation that goes with that, and then coming back and to a house full of people and I mean, I just found this box. It came the day before. I think it may have come the day we
right,
left.
It may have been the day we left because it was sitting downstairs when we got home.
Right, and then we got a box from Nick Cray is what comes down to. I think we got it like 2 weeks ago and we just managed to open it. This is what the box looks like.
Nick
It's
Cray,
really,
if you don't know, is a monthly service where you can either pick the sock choice or the shawl choice. If you pick the sock choice, they send you sock yarn. And if you pick the shawl, they send you a couple skeins and a pattern for a shawl, knit pattern and a crochet pattern.
so the crochet pattern is the Limoncello by Kalura Hudson, and that is what it looks like. And the knit one is Minty Fresh,
Yeah.
by Taka Hillard. And that is what that one looks like.
It was all an ice cream theme for June.
And I think what you do is you go onto their website with the code and they download it to you.
They give you the pattern and you get the code.
And what you get is you get 2 100-gram skeins of yarn in,
It's lovely squishy yarn. It is Vita Lana.
and it's the Chewies colorway. It is 75 superwash, 10% nylon, 10% cashmere.
15% nylon,
15%?
10% cashmere.
So that makes sense because otherwise it would only be 95%. I don't have my
You
glasses.
only get 95% of the yarn.
It's really a beautiful color.
It's gorgeous.
Love the color.
And it's squishy because it's cashmere.
And it matches the box beautifully. I don't know whether they meant it that way or
It's
not.
a very certain jeweler color.
Yes. Anybody who knows jewelry. This is Tiffany Robin Eggs. Actually, it has a little bit more green in it, but it's very close. It's beautiful. It really is lovely squishy yarn. As you can see, we jumped right on doing something with it. We will be getting the pattern for it and doing it at some point. But it's really very, very nice.
Really?
Maybe what we should do is we should do a giveaway and do the pattern and the yarn as a giveaway.
We'll get the box away.
Yeah, do the whole box.
That works.
All right, what should we do? What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Because it's got ice cream on it, okay? So
we're going to open a thread in Ravelry.
what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? And if you answer, I don't like ice cream, I'm very sorry, you're knocked out because
And we're not friends anymore.
we're not friends. I'm just kidding. You will of course be part of it. But we will include, let us know whether you like the knit or the crochet pattern, and we will get that. And
Actually, we'll just send you the box, and you can do either or.
oh, there you go. We'll send you the whole box, okay? Because
I mean,
say
and
that
this
we're going
is
to do
nothing
this.
against it. It's just we do not have the time.
I don't know. I have 5 plus 100 quilt
Right.
blocks
And I'd much rather it go to somebody.
that can use
Yeah.
it right now. So, okay. Favorite flavor of ice cream in our Ravelry group, it is
Give
the
me 10
Crafty
minutes
Toads.
after we're gone. After we're gone.
Yeah.
Once we're done this episode, give me 10 minutes. I'll put up the Ravelry thread, and everybody go to Ravelry.
All right.
Tell us your favorite flavor of ice cream.
And what I am going to do is right now, I am going to write in next week's show notes, pick a Ravelry, pick a winner from the Ravelry group, so that we don't let this go on like the Java Pearls and last for, a month and a half. Or actually, I think it was even closer to 2 months. It was so ridiculous. Talks amongst yourselves.
By the way, my favorite flavor of ice cream is mint chocolate chip.
Mine is chocolate.
My
Straight up
favorite
chocolate.
flavor of ice cream is a scoop of chocolate and a scoop of mint chocolate chip.
Because
Turkey Hill brand ice cream.
I just love chocolate ice cream. There was
and I
one
could
time.
probably eat soft chocolate ice cream from, you get from like Dairy Queen or something like that by the bucket.
See, now I don't.
I would never get sick.
I would
I
love.
would never get sick of it. I would just.
I don't like soft ice cream as much as I like regular ice cream. But
I'm the type of person that will take the carton of ice cream out and let it sit for half an hour.
oh, I love it when it
And
gets
then
gloopy.
just go around the edges and take all the gloopy stuff.
But
I
that's
learned that from
different.
my mother.
That's different
But
from
that's
soft
kinda-
ice cream. No, it's different. There's a different thing to it. It's different. Pick winner
Oh.
for Big Crate.
We have to go get ice cream.
Okay. We have ice cream in
We have to go get soft ice cream.
no, I don't like soft ice cream. Anyway,
You can
was
get
one time-
something else or not have any.
there was one time where we went into Central Park. My whole family went into Central Park. We went to the zoo.
150 years ago.
It was like 150 years ago, and sister
And
number
it
3
still
was in
bothers.
a stroller.
A little
And
baby.
She was not a little baby. I
She was in a
got a
stroller.
chocolate ice cream cone, and they said let her have a bite. So I gave her a bite, and then she ate the whole thing, and she ate my ice cream cone. And obviously,
She hates her now.
it bothers
There's
me.
a reason why there are only 2 of the 3 sisters on the podcast.
It's because we got rid of her.
She ate Maribeth's ice cream at an early age, and that was it. She was out.
She's been excommunicated. Don't mess with my ice cream. Dangerous things happen
Dead to me.
when you between me and my ice cream. Anyway. All right, moving on. Nick Cray is done.
We love our sister very much.
Oh my god. So,
Okay, everybody who's giving us their ice cream flavors, make sure you go to Ravelry and do it again because
Yeah, 'cause-
it won't count.
so continuing with the family saga.
Oh my god, this is to show how insane
My
our
family.
family lineage is.
All right, so Helen comes in the other day. She's like,
Wait, first, show the thing.
I didn't bring the. Oh, no, wait.
Are you gonna wait and do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so.
You're gonna give the background later.
Yeah. So Helen comes in and she says, we got a letter from my mother. And I said, okay.
This is not
I mean,
a
we
normal thing.
talk to her on the phone all the time, but she sent
and
us
see
a
her
letter.
on a weekly basis.
She sent us a letter, and she's like, it's in hieroglyphics. And my mother went through a period where when she would text things on her phone, she was
Remember when
charged.
We used to get charged for every single character when
Right.
texting first came out.
So my mother decided that she was going to get around this by just not using vowels.
Or spaces.
She just used consonants.
And you have to, quite literally, you would get a text several lines long, no spaces,
All consonants.
and you're supposed to figure out what the hell the woman is saying.
And
However,
really,
I
we
understood.
understood.
We're very good at it because we have the same mind, and it was like, oh, okay, well, this is what you said, and our brothers would look at us like, but yeah, really.
Where'd you get that? So she's like, it's in hieroglyphics. So I'm coming down because she was dyeing yarn. I'm coming downstairs, and I was like, all right, well, let me see it. And she said, no, really, it's in hieroglyphics. My mother sent us a letter
And hieroglyphics.
in hieroglyphics. Okay, so background.
So when we do Opera Saturdays last year, a year ago, we were doing the Museum of Natural History.
And we got rulers that are from the Egypt thing, and they are the hieroglyphs. And they give you the letters and then tracing so that you can, do hieroglyphics.
And we thought it was funny, and we got one for my mother.
Because we thought she'd get a kick out of it.
Thank God we got one for us.
Oh my God, yes. Because what does she do? She sent us a letter in hieroglyphics.
So Maribeth's coming downstairs, and I'm like, bring the hieroglyphic ruler. We're not going to figure it out without it.
I'm like, oh, you mean she really sent it in hieroglyphics?
This
Yes,
is my
she
mother.
She wanted to make sure that everything was going well down here.
It was a very short note.
Thank God. And we picked up on things. When you get DEA, we can figure out that the last one is R. So. But yeah, so this is my family. Welcome. All right, so there we go. All right, I think I have covered my pile. How about you? Is there anything else?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
We are on the road. So Wednesday we are going to be trunk show, Yarnings, Skippack, Pennsylvania, from 3 to 8 p.m. And my mother has got plenty of style. Sharon.
she does.
She really does. And Mary, I bet if you go to the Museum of Natural History website, you can find the ruler.
Oh God, now we're gonna get a letter from Mary and
Make sure you use the ruler because I'm not sure hieroglyphics are all the same.
Then we are August 15th. We are in Lancaster for that fiber festival. Our yarn and things are going out to Connecticut, to Woolworks in Connecticut, and we are trying to arrange a day that we might be there. So that is Woolworks in Connecticut. If we are not there, our yarn and bags will be there for end of July, beginning of August. And then we are going to be, do you remember the name of the store in Massachusetts?
No, when somebody asks us to craft something.
Is it?
It's a co-op in somewhere in Massachusetts. Anyway, well, it's a long way away. So.
That is the end of August. We will be, our yarn and bags will be there for a week. And then we have New Jersey Sheep and Wool in September. That is September 8th and 9th, I think. And then the following weekend, we are doing the Catskills. It's the first annual Catskills Fiber Festival in Bethel, New York. We will be there. And then I believe 2 weeks later, we are going to be back in Bethel, New York for another Makers.
And those
festival.
are both at the Woodstock.
The site of Woodstock.
The site of the Woodstock concert.
So we will be in upstate New York for quite a bit.
Right.
2 weekends. So that's coming up. So that is kind of where we are right now. If we schedule other trunk shows or anything like that, we will let you know. But that is the way that...
The big thing right now is Wednesday. So.
Right.
And Cheryl, we will see you there.
Yes. Okay, so reading, listening to, watching. I do want to mention I found a new podcast. It is, oh my God. I told you about it. What is it called?
Begins with A.
That's what I know. Oh. All right. It is put out by Book Riot, and it is really, really, really interesting.
So much so,
I can't
we
remember
both
the
listened
name
to
of
it yesterday, and we don't know the name of it. Illinois. Mary's asking about Illinois. There was one in Illinois, wasn't there?
Somebody asked us if we did something in Illinois.
Nothing in Illinois yet.
But we want to. Sorry, I'm trying to find my glasses.
Tell your local yarn store that they need to have a Toad Hollow trunk show, and we will go on the road.
Annotated. That's what it's called. Annotated. It's put out by Book Riot, and it talks about all different things to do with the written word. So the first one was talking about 1984 and how in 2016, the book 1984 all of a sudden started flying off the shelves, and why. And it talks about George Orwell and how the movie of 1984 and Animal Farm, both of them, were actually funded by the CIA. Very, very, very interesting. Short podcast. It's not terribly long. The second one was talking about the third, Miriam's third. Nope, that's not it.
I was gonna say that's not it at all. The second one was about the Amazon bookstores,
Right?
And the resurgence of the independent bookstore.
Of the indie bookstore. The eighth one. That's the third one I was listening to. Was Miriam's third dictionary, third edition. Webster's. It's about dictionaries. It's really interesting. Listen to it. Okay, Annotated on podcast. It's an audio podcast. It's really, really, really interesting. Also, if you do Book Riot and you do all the books, they talk about all the books that are being released that week, and that's really kind of cool because they talk about all different authors and types of books and things like that. And I wind up spending all my time writing down book titles because I just need to get all the books. So there's that. And watching.
We are on an HGTV kick.
Oh my God.
It's like, prepare yourselves. We are going to start flipping houses. We're moving to Montana.
Seriously?
We're going to redo houses, rebuild houses, and bring them back to their inner glory.
All right, so favorite ones so far, Good Bones.
Love that.
Mother-daughter team in Indianapolis. What they do is they are rebuilding homes in certain sections of Indianapolis, and they're taking rundown houses. They may have to take them down to the studs. Most of the times they don't, and then they rebuild them and sell them again.
And try and keep as much of the good bones
Right.
as they possibly can.
And it's so
And
much fun.
they have such a great dynamic.
Yeah, really, really fun. And then we just started watching Desert Flippers. They're in Palm Springs, California. They are dealing with lizards and a scorpion the size of my foot.
And heat.
Done. Absolutely
However,
done.
they are also, I was very put off by them, by the commercial that they have for them, because they look very slick and more flipper flop, the original flipper floppers and everything. A little too slick for me, but they are not at all. They're absolute geeks and they're very funny and I really enjoy them. And what was the...
Flipping Virgins with Egypt Sherrod.
No, the one, the Hidden Potential.
Oh, right.
Where she goes into cookie cutter houses and makes them individual.
Yeah, she takes design things and turns them around and really makes them unique.
HGTV on demand, we're just living it.
Oh my God,
It's like,
love it.
plot is gone, it's summer, you know? It's just
Also,
perfect.
I just have to say, I'm not sure if it's on your PBS station. We had to search
right.
around for it a little bit, but the Great British Bakeoff is on right now, and yes.
Also, on Food Network, Wedding Cake Challenge.
Oh my God.
Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski are hosting the Wedding Cake Challenge, and that is just...
It's fun. It's
fun.
a lot of fun. It's great knitting TV because you don't
When you
have
are
to pay
knitting
attention.
color work, knit,
Yeah.
and paying attention to a chart, this is just perfect fluff to have in the background.
It is. It's really, it's lots and lots of fun.
So don't be surprised if we start just flipping houses.
Yep.
We were outside gardening today, and I'm yelling across the garden, "This is sweat equity!"
Yes. Oh my God. People's little side notes as we are out there working, because the yard has not been taken care of for 3 years, and we are taking it one little piece at a time. And if one more person says something to me about our yard, it's going to be, I said to Helen, the next time somebody says some snide little thing to either their friend as they're walking by or to us, it's going to be, that's it, pack it up, we're going inside. I'm done listening to these
I
people.
would like the state of New Jersey to know I'm fully aware that there's poison ivy in my yard, and I don't need to be told.
Oh my God. Helen's outside working. Some guy walks by and says to her, you know, maybe you want to take care of the poison ivy rather than planting flowers in sand where they're just going to die. I would like to point out that her flowers are blooming and they're gorgeous and they look really beautiful, and the poison ivy is nowhere near the sidewalk, and if you get poison ivy, it's because you're walking through my yard and you don't belong there.
Yeah.
So
We're in a very upscale
done.
area where everybody thinks that everybody needs to have their manicure, everybody needs to be the same.
And it's not so much
and
that
I
you can
cannot-
all be the same.
Right, but
I
I
do
cannot-
not need your
it's-
snippy attitude.
I don't need self. Spike doesn't need it either.
So there. By the
So-
way, he's saying hi, Paige.
I don't need people telling me that I need to be just like them. So
All right.
Spike is done,
Okay.
and he is taking them on.
Yep, this podcast is over
If I was
because there's a dog walking by.
guys.
There's a dog.
Come on, we gotta say goodbye.
All right.
That is
Obviously,
it.
it's time to
I was
go.
gonna say
We have
hit
had
our-
our little bit of a rant, and this is
David says we should plant poison ivy in large fancy planters. I said this morning, David, actually, that one more comment, and poison ivy is the new decor. And it is like, poison ivy is in, and I'm
Witch's
putting it
garden.
everywhere. Yeah,
Okay?
that
Witch's
and
garden.
That, and I'm gonna plant the witch's garden.
Belladonna.
And I'm gonna have it
Foxglove.
labeled witch's garden.
Yep. So
And then I'm gonna start with my politics.
okay.
We will be asked to leave.
Everybody, have a wonderful week.
Yes.
And
Enjoy. I hope everybody is having as glorious weather as we are, because it is just spectacular here.
yes, yes. And have lots and lots of fun knitting, crocheting, making things,
Summer.
being creative, spreading happiness through all your beautiful works.
Yes.
There you go. Look, I'm getting all preachy. All right.
Go spread happy.
Quite happy. All right.
Actually, just be happy, and it's contagious.
It is.
So.
You know. Okay. Go
Thank
forth,
you,
Helen.
everybody, for watching. If you would like to subscribe, we would love that.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Go forth and knit.
Bye.